Why would the general manager of Lang Furniture call you? I mean, if there's an emergency, what could you do about it?
I don't know. But at this point, I'm not going to ask any questions. Lang can cancel in 3 months if they're not satisfied, so I got to keep them happy.
We're not keeping you happy.
Lily, you want Craig to get his company back, right? The Lang account will make it easier for him.
I know. I guess I'm being selfish, but I thought tonight could be for us.
So did I.
I'll just go outside, give you two some privacy.
Oh, gee, that's big of you, Caleb.
Anytime.
Thanks.
Hey, don't take it out on him. It's not his fault that you're going to Chicago tonight. Now, come on, let's get you packed. Who was this bozo that called you today?
His name's Schubert. He's supposed to be the top dog.
Oh, really? Whoop.
What's up, Kurt?
Who's second in command at Lang Furniture?
That'd be Barclay Lang, Henry's son, but he's kind of a joke.
Well, who's next at Lang Trusts?
Marvin Schubert, general manager.
Marvin Schubert. Okay, thanks.
They're out to get you, Holden. And I hope they do.
Really, you're very good. You're terribly good at voices. Holden really thought that you were Marvin Schubert.
Well, one of my many talents.
Yeah. Kirk, what happens when Holden gets to Chicago and the Lang offices are closed and Marvin Schubert tomorrow tells him that he never made the telephone call?
Well, it can't be helped. The objective was to get Holden away from Lily for the night. That was accomplished. Unless...
Oh, I'm afraid to ask.
I have an idea.
I'm afraid to ask.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to make Holden seem like an even bigger hero to Henry Lang.
Why?
That's it.
Why?
Because the more Henry Lang trusts and admires Holden, the more he's going to want to keep him in Chicago. And that way Angel can work her way into his heart.
Oh, I mean, Angel's a real hot little fast worker.
Mm-hmm.
But Lily is 100 times richer.
Yeah, but Lily and Holden have been having problems. Angel's ripe for the picking. And you know what they say. $1 million in the hand is worth 10 in the trust fund.
Okay.
Yeah, is this a Journey Inn Bar and Grill? Is Johnny Cusack there? Thanks.
What kind of voice are you going to use here?
My bar voice. Hey, Johnny! Hey, it's Kirk Anderson. How the hell are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Look, do you remember last year when I helped out your family, you said you'd be happy to return the favor any chance you got? Well, you got it, Johnny. Now, look, here's what I need. I need you and 2 other guys to stage a fake break-in at the offices of Lang Furniture on Monroe Boulevard. You think you can do that? You know where that is? Yeah, exactly. Now, look, a guy is going to be driving up from Oakdale. He should be pulling into the parking lot about, I'd say about 2.5 hours. Well, he's tall, has dark hair, really good looking, movie star looks. Can't miss him. No, don't rough him up. Just act threatened, let him play the hero, and then get the hell out of there as fast as you can. Oh, Johnny, you're beautiful. You're my man. Now I owe you. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, John, look, give my best to your brother, will you? Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay, John, well, you take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.
You're sick. You have a sick mind. Come on, I want to hear it. The voice. Marvin Schubert.
Yeah. Holden, this is Marvin Schubert. I want you to get here as fast as you...
Excuse me. Hi. Hi. Hi, dear.
Come in, Shannon.
Oh, it's your granny. It's not Shannon.
Hi.
I came in here to see if you're nervous about tomorrow on your first day at school.
Yes.
Aw.
Very, you know, everyone seems to be worried about me. Paul's called 3 times, Andy's called once, and Shannon even brought some warm milk up to help me sleep, which was gross.
Yes. I was just thinking. Shannon tells me that she hasn't heard a word from Tom.
Yes, well, it's morning in Greece, so he'll probably call soon.
Tom and Margot always had so much love for each other. Of course, you know, Margot had 2 miscarriages, but I've always felt that if she'd been able to have at least one baby, they would still be together now.
I hope you don't mind that I asked Inspector Pappas and Craig to leave. I have some stuff to say to you, and I thought that we should just be alone.
No, I don't mind, Tom.
You must be... beat.
Oh, I've never been more tired in my entire life.
Well, tell you what, then. Why don't we let you get some sleep and we'll talk later?
How long have you known me, Thomas Christopher Hughes?
Forever.
And when have I ever been able to sleep when I was wondering about something?
Never.
Then what makes you think that I'm going to sleep now when I'm wondering what it is you have to say?
Well, I'm not sure that I can come up with the words.
That's a new sound in the world.
What?
The baby. My baby.
Your baby.
You wanted to be alone with me so that you could say goodbye, didn't you?
That's the word I couldn't come up with.
Emmy Award-winning As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Mountain-Grown Folgers Coffee. Folgers, the best part of waking up. And by Love's Deluxe, with the Night Guard system and truly tear-proof taping.
Welcome home. You look great.
Lovely green. Get your color on.
I didn't mean to interrupt
You're
your
not
business
interrupting
meeting.
anything.
Well,
Hello, Sven.
we just came back from a really dreadful movie, and we were
Oh.
going to go get something to eat and sit by the pool. Do you guys want to come, maybe?
I don't want to spoil your date, dear.
It's not a date. And besides, there's a lot of food in the refrigerator now that Spencer's here. Rosa packs it full every night.
Oh, that's still going on, right? She puts a lock on the refrigerator when Dr. Dixon is home.
Oh, speaking of Uncle John, he called just after you left to go to the farm.
From Rome? When is he
Yeah.
coming home?
Well, I don't know. But I talked to Dusty, and guess what? Looks like Dusty won't be coming back to finish his junior year at Oakdale University. Some American company in London offered him some kind of job, and, well, Uncle John doesn't sound too thrilled about it.
Well, good for him. I always knew the kid had talent.
No. You find out what the company is, and you offer him something better with us.
Why? We don't need his services. Why waste the money?
No, I have to keep my husband happy. I have to keep Uncle John happy. For heaven's sake, he'll say that I corrupted Dusty and sent him out into the business world before he had his education. No, I've got to keep Uncle John happy.
Pam, maybe we should get going.
Why don't you stay here, and I'll go make us a little picnic.
Dear, come on. I won't have a word with you anymore.
Uh-oh.
Come
What
on.
did I do?
I'll tell you.
Now, look.
Listen, before you start giving me trouble, Lily is with Holden tonight. There's no way I could get close to her.
Yeah, but why are you sniffing around Pan? She's poor as a church mouse.
That's not the point.
That's exactly the point. Look, Lily is an heiress. Every day I work for Walsh Enterprises, her inheritance goes up. Now, someday she's going to have enough money to float the national debt, and Lucinda's not going to be around to tell her how to spend it.
Yeah, well, we'll both be too old to enjoy it by the time Lucinda Dixon kicks off.
It's an emergency. I still don't know what you can do for them.
All right. Drive safely, Holden.
Hello?
Caleb, it's Angel.
Who do you want to speak to?
You? I wanted to apologize for running off that way this afternoon. That was very foolish of me.
Yeah, well, I had no right to ask you if you were falling in love with Holden either.
Well, if you're still curious, I can tell you that. I like Holden, and I respect him. I think he's a wonderful, understanding man. But I know that he's in love with Lily, and I don't want to get hurt again, so if I had any feelings for him, I would do my best to get over them.
Well, I wouldn't be too hasty, Angel. I get the feeling that things are almost over between Holden and Lily. I could be wrong, but they were supposed to spend the evening together, and he just packed up his bags to go to Chicago.
But why would he leave so late to come up here?
I don't know, Angel. Ask your father.
May I speak to Holden before he leaves?
He's already gone. He left a while ago. Sorry. Listen, Angel, I want you to be happy. After all, we've meant to each other, so I want you to know that I think Holden has some feelings for you that he's not even able to admit to himself.
Craig and I were sitting on the beach talking earlier. He asked me a question. He said, if I had known that you were pregnant with Hal's baby, would I still have come looking for you?
What did you answer?
Well, I haven't figured that one out yet.
I never wanted you to feel what you're feeling right now. That's why I left. I really thought it would be best.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, I still feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck.
God, in the beginning, you must have been so confused and angry.
Mark, that's not even... It's not even close to what I've been feeling.
I'm sorry. It was kind of rough on my family, too. I guess I didn't do anybody any favors. I just got caught, Tom. I got cornered, and I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want to rip you apart by the truth, so I left. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, God, wouldn't that be awful?
Well, one way or another, at least something good came out of it. It won't have to be dealt with, any of it, because it's over.
Is it?
No, what we had is too powerful. I mean, it's not going to just disappear. You were my life. I have loved you since the first day I saw you, and I will always love you. I just hope I stop needing you soon, because I am so tired. I wish you the best. I hope that the world treats you like the true lady that you really are. And if there's anything you need, you call me, because if it's in my power, I'll get it for you.
Thank you, I will. Well, we'll be just fine. I've already made plans for me and the baby.
I know I heard. I'm happy. I'm happy you finally had a baby, and I wish that he were ours. And I know that he'll get you through all the tough times, because that's what Leanne does for me.
I'm glad you have her. I hope she realizes that she's got the best dad in the whole wide world. I just wish I'd had the chance to be a really good mom to her, Tom.
Well, no looking back. No regrets.
No regrets.
We have two pretty bright futures here ahead of us. And if they have to be lived separately, then I think we should begin that now. Bye.
Goodbye.
Take care of your mother, pal.
want you to hop into bed and snuggle down and go to sleep. This is such a wonderful room for sleeping, isn't it? It's so pretty and cozy. Yes.
Well, it used to be my father's and Margot's room. I guess that's why he moved downstairs.
Yeah, Jess. I want you to know your father loves you very, very much. And he needs you terribly. For the longest time, darling, he used to say a prayer. Oh, he wanted a child so much. And now we have you. You are our miracle.
Do you think when he finds Margot that he'll be able to make everything right with her again and bring her back?
I really don't know. But I doubt it. I feel like Margot must have had a very good reason for leaving. She and Tom went through so many things together, hard times, but they always managed to work things out. But this one must have been a real corker. But then, who knows?
Yeah, there's always hope.
Yeah, you're right. There is always hope. I'm glad you said that. Now, you just close those beautiful eyes, please, and go to sleep. And rest well, because tomorrow is going to be a wonderful day. It's going to be your first day at school, and your father's going to be so proud of you.
Well, I will try. I just hope he comes back soon.
Oh, he will. Sweet dreams.
Okay. Thank you for coming up. Good night.
You have excellent taste in art. I commend you.
Thank you, Lilith.
Yes, you also have excellent taste in men.
Why didn't you stay at the hotel, Lilith? I would have thought you'd need some sleep after your long day.
I think you'd remember I need very little sleep. And the day exhilarated me. After I got back to my room, I walked out on the terrace, looked down on the lights of the city, felt the wind in my hair. It got my blood up.
Charming.
So I went and took a prowl along the waterfront. It was lovely. Dark.
That's not the safest area to walk in, Lilith.
I've never been afraid anywhere in the world. I tried to see your castle, Duncan, across the water, but it was too far.
I like it that way.
Yes. I know you covet your privacy. I wonder how you would have survived the 12 years that I spent locked away in that prison. With Dr. Silvestri probing even my thoughts, I couldn't take refuge in my mind.
Dr. Silvestri's private clinic in Portugal was very comfortable for you. You had every luxury.
Every luxury but freedom. Have you ever been penned in?
Perhaps you would have preferred an institution in London or Edinburgh, where your condition would have become public knowledge.
It wasn't my reputation Duncan was concerned about. It was his own. Duncan likes secrets. He didn't even tell his own parents that he married me on his trip to Africa. Even his solicitor, Hensley Taggart, didn't know. That's why I'm surprised he told you.
Well, I suppose he trusts me.
I didn't tell my parents because they would have worried that I married someone with your condition.
You didn't tell them because you wanted to pose as a bachelor and continue your epic seductions. Though I doubt any of your countless other women were ever as exciting for you as I was on our wedding night.
Must you be quite so tasteless in front of Jessica, sweetheart?
I thought Jessica knew everything about you. What? He didn't tell you how he ravaged my virginity on our wedding night?
All right, that's enough. If you've come here to remind me of the mistakes of my past, you succeeded, but I warn you, that's enough.
You? Warn me?
Hey, Rambo, you know how to make real popcorn without a microwave?
Of course I do. You just heat up the oil.
Will you do that?
No. Hey, how'd you figure out a way to save your castle?
I can't figure this kid out. I better go help him. You don't have a fire extinguisher handy, do you?
Didn't I tell you we'd cheer you up if you came over here?
Yeah, I'm just bursting with glee.
Hey, Roy, listen. Jessica is a career woman. You're always going to have to share her with her job. Now, you got to make up your mind whether you can live with that or not, because I promise you she is not going to change.
Look, pal, I am trying to understand, but her clients take advantage of her. Man, when Duncan McKechnie came over to the apartment tonight, I just wanted to... So I left. All right?
Roy, has it ever occurred to you that maybe this is one of the reasons that Jess won't marry you? Do you smell smoke?
The fire's out. The pot, it was just an old pot anyway.
Yeah, a little paint will cover that smoke stain right up. Don't...
Hello? Oh. Sugar! Barbara, how are you? Where have you been? What's wrong?
Just remember, you're the most important thing in the world to me.
You and Holden set the record for goodbyes. You were out there more than an hour.
Well, I went for a walk after he left. Fall is definitely coming, Cal.
You could have fooled me. My room's like a sauna. I think I'll sleep in Holden's room tonight.
He's coming home tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Oh, speaking of which, he had a phone call earlier, but you were outside saying goodbye to him, so I thought I wouldn't bother you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, if you want to give me the message, he's going to call me later tonight. I can give it to him.
Well, there's no need. It was Angel that called, and he'll see her soon enough. She'll give him the message.
Angel called again?
Yeah. Well, when she likes somebody, she has a tendency to get dependent.
What do you say we go swimming? You want to go swimming now?
Yeah, you bet.
Great.
Glad you're back.
See you later, okay?
Hope you come riding soon. Yeah, you can invite Lily out there, too, just like old times.
Spence, don't hit your head on the bottom of the pool. What next? Is Pam enamored of the stable boy? That's all John has to hear. He's just getting used to Bo.
Well, at least Spence cuts his hair.
You're funny. Say that in your other voice.
Well, at least Spence cuts his hair.
I missed you. I really missed you.
Well, that's probably something else that John shouldn't hear when he comes home.
Lombardi, it's Munson. Listen, how come you took off the plainclothes guy who was watching out for my wife? No, I spoke to her about an hour ago. She said that he was outside the door when she left for dinner, but he was gone when she came back. No, he wasn't at the hotel either. Well, listen, I don't want to get the guy in trouble, but, you know, she's had a few weird phone calls, and she is pretty shaky. Okay, great. Yeah, right. Thanks. Lombardi says he never took Simpson off the case. He doesn't know what happened to him. He's going to send another guy over there. He's going to check in with Barbara.
What happened to Simpson? Is this guy reliable?
The best they have.
Look, Hal, I don't care as long as my mom's protected.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. Go to bed. You got to get up early and walk Leanne to school tomorrow, right? Oh, and thanks for cleaning up the beer.
Yeah, there's still a nice spot there.
Yeah, you know, maybe we could put a flower pot in that until it dries.
All right, I'm going to bed. You call me if you hear from Mom, right?
Okay. You got
Good
it.
night, guys.
Good night.
I think Paul's worried his father's responsible for all this.
Yeah. Sure wish I had more experience being a father. I owe that kid a lot for what he's been through. And he'll probably be the only son I ever have.
Well, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel fine. Oh, great, considering. Is Craig coming back after he calls Mama with the birth of my son news?
Your brother is, yes, he's coming back. Should be soon, later.
Did you see Tom before he left?
Yes. I did not understand why he wanted to go back to Acros so soon after the birth, but I found a fisherman who would take him. So this is a big day for Livia, huh? So much traffic.
I should make it a holiday in honor of my son's birth.
I talked to the town council.
No, Papas. Don't go. I don't want to be alone. Not yet. I'm going to be alone for so long.
Papas.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Tide. On some of your toughest laundry problems, Tide won't quit till your clothes come clean. And by Comet. For your modern surfaces, today's Comet. As safe as a liquid, as tough as Comet. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
What a wonderful evening. I love memories, even hideous ones.
Good Lord, it's almost 3 in the morning. We should be leaving you, Jessica.
I hope you understand me now, Jessica. Why I have a need to get to know my husband again after our brief time together 12 years ago. Though I doubt your countless other women will be pleased to know that you've had a wife hidden away as a lunatic all these years. Someday you must tell me all about your seductions.
All right, I don't want to hear any more of that talk. I want a word alone with Jessica, and then I will take you back to your hotel.
I can walk. That's how I got here.
It's not safe. Stay here. I'm sorry about all this, and I apologize for driving Roy away as well.
Don't worry about it. He'll get over it.
Well, perhaps you should call him and remind him that it was business.
Roy knows it was just business. And if he doesn't, then we have a bigger problem than I thought. Anyway, if I call now, I'll just wake up the whole family, and his father already thinks I'm from another planet.
Roy Franklin is a very lucky man.
That's nice of you to say. Thank you.
Just one more thing. I don't want you ever to be alone with Lilith. Although she seems to be more in control. She's very devious and very clever. And I want you to remember that.
Do you think she's still capable of violence?
I think Lilith McKechnie is capable of anything. Please be wary. Lilith? Lilith?
She certainly has a knack for disappearing.
So always expect the unexpected from Lilith. I want you to lock this door and don't open it for anyone unless you know who it is. Please be careful.
So as soon as Barbara gets back, we're going to find you some cute babe to keep you tied down here in Oakdale so you don't have to do this back and forth to New York stuff all the time. The way I figure it, Iva Snyder might have the inside track, huh?
Yeah, well, this relationship I have in New York is pretty serious. I told Iva about it, and I guess that's why we don't see that much of each other anymore.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know New York was so serious.
Yeah.
It's great. Congratulations.
Thanks, and thanks again for tonight. You know, there's something that I, wanted to... Nah, forget it. We'll talk about it some other night. Take care of those beer stains, and you might think about giving the maid a bonus.
I'm thinking about giving the maid a Purple Heart. Good. See you, Hank. Hey, you know, Hank's a great guy.
Yeah, and he gets along real well with Paul, doesn't he?
What are you doing? You don't have to clean up. I got a maid coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, well, maybe Jessica's home training is starting to work on me.
Look, guess I better split it.
And do what? Go home, lie in bed, and twitch all night? Why don't you call Jessica, Roy? That's what you want to do. Good night. Good luck. I'm going to bed.
Hey, thanks for the ear, huh?
You got it.
Hello.
Hi, it's me. I had to call. I hope I didn't wake you.
What makes you think I'd be asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I'm sorry, Jessica.
It's okay. I wasn't asleep. Duncan just left. I hear you screaming through that silence. Look, Roy, I'm sorry. He's a client, and he's going through a very difficult time. Wait a minute. No, I'm not sorry. I'm tired. And I could use a little TLC right now, but you chose to walk out of here in a huff, so just keep on huffing, Roy, because I'm right in this. You're wrong. I'm right.
Baby, you sound like you're about to go off. I'm gonna come home, okay?
No. I'm about to bite the head off the next thing that crosses my path, and I really don't want it to be you, okay? We'll talk. Good night. Roy,
I love you. Good night. Looks like the pressure's about to get to you, Jess.
Hold, talk to me out here.
I'm sorry that I had to wake you at this hour. It's just that I thought you should know about the break-in.
No, not at all, Holden. I'm glad you called. Now tell me again exactly what you saw.
There were 3 guys with guns going into your offices through an open window. All I did was yell at them, and it scared them away. And that's when I called you and the police.
No, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. It's a blessing you were there. It's still a mystery to me, though. Who would have called you back to Chicago on an emergency using Marvin Schubert's name?
Oh, don't worry. I am going to find out who did that, Mr. Lang.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. I don't think I've thanked you properly. I mean, Lord knows what those thieves would have taken if you hadn't scared them off.
Well, if I could have gotten one of them, maybe we could have found out.
I think you've been enough of a hero for one night. Well, thank you.
Holden, this police officer would like to ask you a few questions.
Okay. You're not really buying his story about the phony phone call, are you, Father?
What are you saying?
There wasn't any phone call, just like there wasn't any robbery attempt.
The police found evidence of a break-in.
That wasn't a real break-in. Snyder set the whole thing up to make himself look like a hero. Get in nice and tight with you. Impress Angel.
The workings of your mind never cease to amaze me, son. As difficult as it is for me to imagine, maybe you've been working too hard.
Yeah, and maybe he was going to split the take with them.
Barkley. It's clear to me you're jealous of Holden. The man is a hero. Now, you accept that. Don't you let anybody else hear you talking like that. Believe me, son, I'm just trying to protect you from yourself.
Mr. Lang, we'll let you know the fingerprint results. I have a man in your offices until you can change the locks.
Thank you, officer. Now, you tell the chief for me that he just sold 100 tickets to the policeman's annual ball this season.
Well, I appreciate it, sir. Good night.
Good night. Barkley, will you show the officer out, please? Well, I expect bed sounds pretty good to you right now. Huh? Why don't you get a good night's sleep? We'll talk about your plans for the southern offices tomorrow.
Sounds good, Mr. Lang.
Holden, thank you again for your bravery.
Holden,
Hi, Angel.
it's so nice to see you. I missed you.
I missed you, too.
You look great in the kitchen. Some women just look good, real homey in the kitchen. Others look like a fish out of water. What are you doing up so early?
Well, I couldn't sleep, and I saw your mother going into the barn, so I got up.
I couldn't sleep very well either. I was worried that I'd upset you when I told you that Angel had called for Holden.
You know something? I never asked you how your conversation went with Angel yesterday.
Well, not great. She'd come back to return those gifts I'd given her. I guess that's the way women say their last goodbye.
Well, I hope it wasn't as painful as the last time that you two talked.
It wasn't for her. She said she was over me, real self-contained. Until I asked her this question, which seemed to really hit a nerve. She just ran away, didn't even say goodbye.
What question?
I really shouldn't say.
Does it have to do with Holden?
Lily,
Listen. If Holden has something to do with this, then I have a right to know.
Lily, I shouldn't have asked Angel the question, and I shouldn't have said
Caleb!
anything to you.
If I mean anything to you, then you will tell me what that question was that you asked her.
Well, if you put it like that. I asked her if she was falling in love with Holden. And she just ran. I guess that was her answer.
You know, I'd feel better eating in the kitchen. I don't think Mrs. Dixon likes the idea of her niece hanging around with a member of the staff.
Oh, please, don't be silly. Nobody thinks about those kind of servant mistress things around here anymore. That was broken long ago when Lily fell in love with Holden, so don't worry about it. Listen, Spence, I just had to come out and say this. It's been on my mind all night, and I just have to say it, so I'm going to say it. Here goes. I really enjoy being with you. I really have a great time when I'm with you. Even last night when we saw that terrible movie, I had fun.
Oh, yeah, then why'd you want to leave?
Well, I'm getting to that. You see, I noticed that Well, you were staring at me, and I thought that you were thinking about jumping my bones again, and...
Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way, but I am attracted to you, Pam.
And I want the figures. I want them by 10 o'clock. I want to get all things... Good morning, Spence. Good morning, dear. Is it morning or is it still last night? Matthew is serving in the dining room.
Well, I'm going to be eating with Spence in the kitchen. Okay? See you guys later.
Oh, no. I cannot go through that again. I am too old. I have been through it with Holden and Lily.
Well, then put your foot down.
Don't tell me what to do. That's John's niece. Let him deal with it.
Well, at least you won't have to worry about Lily and Holden, because I think I've come up with an idea to take care of
And
it.
will somebody please do something about the raves that Barbara's business is getting? It's driving me out of my mind.
Don't worry, I've got irons in the fire that are heating up very nicely about all that.
Yeah, is there any part of my life that you're not on top of?
Only one. And I'm working on that, too.
Get you some coffee or something?
No,
You
no.
sounded upset on the phone.
I am. It's about Tom. What is that smell?
It's rug shampoo.
Uh-huh. Well, I would change the rug shampoo. It smells a lot like beer.
Yeah, I know. What about Tom?
Well, today is Leanne's first day at school, and she has been very apprehensive about it, and Tom knows this. He didn't call her, and he should. It's not like him not to do this, so I was wondering, could you possibly get in touch with that inspector over there, let's see, Inspector of Halitosis, and see if he could probably get in touch with Tom and, or let us know whether he's heard from Tom?
Well, that's Inspector Hanyotis. You know, Lisa, I could call him, but then I'm afraid that Tom might think that I'm sticking my nose in his search for Margot, and it's going to cause trouble and bring up all those jealousies from last winter.
Be silly, of course it won't. That's in the past, all forgotten. Believe me, Tom considers you his, well, one of his closest friends, but there's no reason in the world why he should think about you and Margot and the relationship you had. I mean, why should he?
You're not dreaming, Margot. Come here. Come here.
Barkley, about the events of last night, it's a closed case. I don't want to hear any more speculation about whether Holden got a phone call, whether he saw a robbery. Understand?
No, sir, I do not. I don't understand you at all.
Now, you listen to me. My motives are very simple. I want to see your sister happy again. I thought Caleb had robbed her of that forever. When she sees Holden, she lights up. Now, I don't want anything, any breath of scandal, to drive him away.
Good morning.
Well, who's up?
It was much too pretty to stay in bed.
Morning, honey.
Oh, you smell good. You always smell so good. Morning, Barkley. Oh, now don't look so gruff. Spoils that handsome face.
Morning, Angel.
And here comes the straggler. I hate to tell you, but you're too late for breakfast, and the last one in has to help the maid wash the dishes.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Nothing. Let me pour you some coffee.
Morning, Holden.
Morning, Mr. Lang.
There you go. Barkley, why don't we finish our business in the library? Let these two have breakfast alone. Son?
Oh. Thank you.
Y'all take your time.
How about some juice to go with that?
I would love some. Angel, you look so awake.
Well, I'm just happy to see you. No, I really did start to miss you when I left the farm yesterday and came back here on my own.
Oh, that reminds me. Can I use the phone?
Well, sure, go ahead.
I left in such a rush last night, I forgot to tell anyone that I was leaving. They're probably wondering where I am. That's funny.
What's wrong?
There's no one answering.
Well, you can always try later.
I'm Mew. No. Hi, I'm Leanne. This is my first day. Oh. Yuck. Hi, I'm Leanne. I'm Mew. I'm stupid for talking to myself. Oh. Oh, come in.
Good morning, Miss High School Senior. Shannon's
Paul.
cooking breakfast. Let's move it.
Paul, what do you think? Do I think, do I look all right? Am I
You
too...
look great. You're gonna stand out beautifully.
Paul, I don't want to stand out. I want to blend in.
No, you're wrong. You come here. Listen to me. You are much too special just to be one of the crowd. And you're gonna be loved for it, too. Breakfast time and time to get you off to school. I got your books. Let's move it.
Oh, Father, I wish you were here. You always make me feel safer.
Don't be scared. You got me.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right. You're gonna walk me into the school and,
Yep.
and
Go
find
walk into your first
What
class.
is it, a homeroom?
Yeah.
Well, that certainly was the best whatever it was I've ever had.
It's the same as we give your brother to make him better.
It's the goat gizzard stew. Greek health food.
I can't believe you're really here.
Well, actually, I was determined that I was not going to see you again. And then halfway to Acros, I asked the fisherman to turn the boat around, and he brought me back.
I'm afraid to ask, but why? I mean, if this is looking a gift horse in the mouth, then forget the question.
I kept hearing the last words you said to me. I know you're tired, but when you feel up to it, I have one more thing I'd like to say.
I'd like to hear what you have to say right now.